This is one of the valley bottom crop, that is that areca nut. And then last week they have sprayed that Weedicide. I think it's called Roundup or something. Anyway, I wanted to explain what happens when this is sprayed. First, instantly all the photosynthesis stops and the green parts of the plants die off, and then sudden mass death of greenery happens. And when that happens, it has a direct impact on a chain of fauna and flora, biodiversity. For example, now while walking, I can see this place is littered with distressed millipedes because they suddenly got exposed, and probably they're also hungry maybe, or that weedicide is having impact on their physiology. Whatever it is, numerous of them have come on to the path now, looking for somewhere to go. And this is one. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೆರಡು ತೋರಿಸು. ದಾರಿ ಉದ್ದಕ್ಕೂ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಂ, ಸತ್ತೋಗಿದೆ. ಇದು ಪೀಸ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಹಾಂ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು ಏನೋ ಡೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್. ಹಾಂ, ಹೋಗು ಮುಂದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಅಪರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲ ರಸ್ತೆಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ದಾರಿಗೆ. ಹಾಂ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು. ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ the millipedes have got completely ಅದೇ ಆ ಇಂಥ ಹುಳಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಹಾರ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರ ಆದರೆ. Then normally, actually this place is infested with that Wedelia. So it was completely covered with that Wedelia, and then they were sprayed now. So Wedelia has died. But even Wedelia, even though it's invasive species, it kills biodiversity and all, it's better to have that Wedelia at least rather than nothing, because underneath that Wedelia it's cool and nice. Some species can cope in that, like these millipedes and earthworms, and some of them they can manage with the Wedelia. But completely if it is destroyed, then it is end of the story. ಏನುಂಟು ಅಂತ ನೋಡೋದು. So then chain reaction starts, because once the insect population drops, the lizards, those geckos, chameleons and little birds and all, they can't get food. And so there will be a silent death of all kind of species. Along with this, when this weedicide is used. If I was the owner of when I did have one place like this which was infested by this, valley bottom was infested by this Wedelia, better to at least just physically chop it again and again, even though that won't destroy it. But spraying this stuff is it has very negative consequences. Further, it's extremely bad karma also. You're just indiscriminately killing off all kind of creatures. Somehow it feels completely stupid and kind of evil to my eyes. Of course, our children also will be affected. And this one, so valley bottom, it's going, the water from here is going to flow into the paddy field where rice is grown. So chain of negative things happen when this weedicide is sprayed. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಳೆ ಬರ್ತದೇನೋ, ಗುಡು ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಈಗ ಪಕ್ಕದ ತೋಟದ ಕಳೆ ಒಂದು ಸತಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗುಂಟು ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಅಡಿಕೆ ತೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅದೇ ಥರ. ಹಾಂ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಡೆದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ಹೊಡೆದೇ ಹೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಂ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಹಾಂ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ನಡಿ, ಫಾಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮುಂದೆ. Now here we can see this place hasn't been sprayed by that weedicide. And if we have a look at the weeds, lot of them are there. This is one of that common paddy field weed that's also aquatic plant. Then some of the sida are there. Then I think this is that Lindernia or limnophilia. And then this one is there. So many species are there. This one is there. So some 50 species are there here. And so there will be a succession of food sources will be available for nectar drinking insects and frogs and those birds. All of them get to have a more varied and nutritious diet when there is a natural weeds are there. Once the invasive weeds like this Wedelia comes, one round of biodiversity drops, but still something is there to cover the earth and keep it cool, and the subterranean life, all little insects and all who live in that zone, ants and all, they can be cool and nice, and their life goes on. So the first preference is to have natural local weeds. Second is at least invasive. And if both are not there, it's bad. And if you want to get rid of weeds, get that machine to chop everything rather than spraying mindlessly some stupid chemical whose we don't even know what it is, how it impacts our life. Nothing is known. And then that rainwater, after that rain, that water finally flows into a paddy field, and our own children and we ourselves are eating that stuff finally.